Hey everybody, and welcome to the bullshit party. And in this one, we're gonna be winning the new Lucky Wheel Podium vehicle together. You know the drill. As always, I'm gonna be showing you my controller from two different angles so you can see better what I'm doing, and I will be explaining everything along the way so you guys can follow along and win the vehicle alongside with me. This part is for the pros that have been watching my videos for a while and know exactly what's happening right now, for example the timer in the top left hand side. But don't worry, if you are a new viewer of mine, first of all, welcome, subscribe, but second of all, I'll explain everything in the later part of the video where we are also going to be able to win the podium vehicle together. You probably have a lot of questions and I have a lot of answers for you, so by the end of this short video, you'll know everything that you need to know in order to spin the wheel like a pro. Now let's get started with the explanation, and first thing you saw was a countdown timer, and that one is incredibly important. It's actually the best way to consume this type of video. The countdown timer ends the exact same time as I press confirm on my system. I'll explain what that is in a little bit. So we are going to be able to, if you time yourself properly, go into the spinning of the wheel animation that looks like this together. So at that point you see what I'm doing on screen, then you immediately replicate it on your system. It's literally that simple, and that's why I said the timers and everything from the beginning of the video is gonna make sense the more you watch it. And of course this method works on PC, PlayStation and Xbox. It doesn't matter what platform or system you're using. I've also won this on a Steam Deck, not a problem on a Vita as well. But you do need to have a joystick for the PC because a keyboard is kind of a sorry way to play video games. So whatever your platform of choice is, new generation, old generation, make sure you press confirm on your system going up to the wheel the exact same time the countdown timer strikes 0. Now, the second thing that's really important is to have what's called a fresh wheel, and this is what a fresh wheel looks like, with the clothing on the top and the car 2 spaces left of it. In order to get a fresh wheel every time you log into GTA Online, I recommend starting the game like this here, through the invite-only session option from single player, and this is also, as an extra benefit, gonna load the game a little bit faster for you. And also, just a pro tip here, if you want to save yourself as close to the lucky wheel as possible, you can go inside the casino, save your login location to the game as your last known location, then exit GTA Online, and then next time when you log into the game, you're gonna be spawned right in front of the Diamond Casino Resort. And the third thing that's really important is the actual method that we're gonna be using, and we're gonna be using my 9 to 6 method, and I call it that because if you visualize a clock face, actually let me show you one right here, we are moving the left analog stick left and then all the way down following the curvature of the analog slot. Left to down, 9 to 6, hence the name. And of course, if you've paid attention, I am showing you my controller from two different angles, so you can see better what I'm doing and the exact movement and all the nuances that you need to do, and also the timing, of course. And speaking of timing, if you're just interested to see what kind of timing I'm using this week, because every week the timing is just a little bit different, I also included this timer to indicate how much time it takes me to spin the wheel after the spinning of the wheel prompt appears on the top left hand side of the screen. So if you prefer to spin the wheel your way, you can always use just my timing and not sync your game to my footage. So you have both options. And also, of course, you can watch the video at half speed, quarter speed if you have more questions about the method and about the nuances in the movements. But I believe after the last minute or so of information, the beginning of the video actually really makes sense to you. So let's go back and win the vehicle together this time. Once again, this is the countdown timer that you want to use if you want to sync your game to my footage, so us spinning the wheel together. And at this point, we're going to be doing the 9 to 6 method and spin the wheel, and of course your animation might look a little bit different. For some reason, it's a little bit choppy for me, sometimes it's a little bit slower, sometimes it's a little bit faster. Over the 4.5 years I've been doing this, really the animation doesn't matter, the outcome is what we're after. And by the way, a quick tip here that for whatever reason you don't land on the podium vehicle space, or you see that you're not going to land on the podium vehicle space, maybe your finger slips, maybe you mistimed something, maybe somebody distracted you, whatever the case is, you can always force quit out of the game and try to spin the wheel again immediately, which by the way comes hand to hand with what I told you in the beginning of the video to save your last known location inside the casino. So if you mess something up, you can literally try to spin the wheel again in less than a minute. And for reference, this is what force quitting looks like on PlayStation 5, on Xbox and the older PlayStations it's pretty much the same thing, and also for PC you guys have the task manager. And the last but also kind of important piece of information that I want to share with you before ending the video is select a garage quickly after landing on the podium vehicle space. Even though I say this every week, actually every week twice, every week there is somebody who forgot to claim their vehicle after winning it. Maybe they get too excited or something, but yeah, don't do that. Immediately after winning the podium vehicle, select the garage for it, otherwise you will be ineligible to claim it, which is gonna suck considering you just spent all this energy winning it. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you were able to get the vehicle first try this week. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one.